It's 28th of June and it's the weekend post. Let's start with the ES continuous. I'm going to go through the ES September contract as well because ES continuous doesn't have this spike. I mean, this is continuous, but the ES September doesn't have this spike. So I have a little bit of a different reading on that. But in general, this is on the long-term chart. This is where we are. So the red internal support, which held a few times lately, that seems to be broken during Friday's sell-off. And the blue internal support is holding. But if it gives way, which it may on Monday. So if this is the broken rail. I think it's gonna break this blue rail. And I believe our minimum target would be this red support, which is here. You can see here, there's a support. We will probably get to there, and rather than all the way to the blue bottom band. And ultimately, if it keeps on selling, the very red bottom band, this is from the laws of March, that will be the minimum, like the maximum target. So that's 2,750-ish, depending on how fast it gets there. So this is September contract here. Let's have a look. On Friday, the reversal came right. I mean, couldn't take out these highs. That was like really struggled to push higher, but then the red top band held very accurately, and now the minimum target of this is the red bottom band. The green internal support is holding. You can see the bounce, 1, 2, 3. The fourth touch is usually the one that breaks it. So I believe there is a good chance that this diagonal resistance, so it was a resistance, broken, support, and then it's broken again. It may hold again as a resistance, and then move down to break everything on her way, including the green support. That blue resistance hit is around 3,025. Let's see, 3,020, 3,025, depending on how fast it gets there. So Dow Jones is much cleaner chart from the bearish point of view. The break of this blue support, which had 4 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and Friday's sell-off basically cleared it. No problems with that. And more importantly, the Friday's action. So we were long from here, remember? We bought it, we rode it all the way there, and the green top band, which had 3 touches, the fifth one held as well for a short while, and then it attempted to break and then moved back in, which is why I closed the long. And because if it fails like this, so the green bottom band was quite accurate too. So it was a really proper channel, and actually it was a nice bull flag in the making. But the moment it went straight back into the channel, that's where I got really worried about this long position, and we closed it. And then it sold off. Well, we shorted DAX, which is, I'll show you in a few minutes. Then, the green channel, or the green channel failed breakout, drove the prices all the way down here, and the red support is now holding. You can see the red support rail, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th touch, and it's still holding for now. But the break of the blue internal support, and if it gets back tested, it's somewhere here, and that's 25,300. So if it gets there, this is the 25,355-ish. And if it does open with a gap up all the way down up here, I expect a reversal from there. Nasdaq has also attempted to break. First of all, this break was very promising. You can see the black resistance. Yeah, that was, and then back tested it, and I thought, yeah, it's pushing higher and it's going to break out, but then it reversed suddenly, broke the black support, and then even the blue blue support. So that blue support had 4 touches, and now it's cleared. It wasn't a clean break because it came down, it went right through it, and then came down again. So the black support is holding, but I believe the main thing that we have to watch here is the green bottom band. And if this green bottom band gets cleared, then things will get probably very ugly for Nasdaq, at least for short to medium term. And if you want to see, there's red resistance, which is why we turned quite bearish on Nasdaq, is this one. This is a wall from 2011. I mean, if I do the daily, you will see it better. It is as accurate as it gets. Yeah, this is 2011 high, 2015 high, and other touches, like so many of them. Yeah, in 18, 2 touches, and 19. And just recently, this is the touch, and look at this accuracy. I mean, this is as good as it gets. And then the reversal. Now, if the green support breaks, the green bottom band breaks, that would look ugly, definitely. So let's see how it works out over the next week. But I'm turning bearish here. Russell also breaking this, attempting to break this red support rail after the green one. So the green one was a very proper support, and this was the, I told you this is the bearish back test, and we stalled off right from there. I believe the minimum target of Russell would be the blue bottom band. I mean, if unless it bounces off the golden bottom band, even if it does break the bounce, then there is more upside. But for now, it looks quite bearish. If it wants to get to the blue bottom band, I mean, can't be that quick, but probably something like this. But that would negate, or that would invalidate the golden rising channel. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. And FTSE also failed to break, and I think the minimum target of this is the red bottom band together with the blue and green. So you can see there is quite a few forces in play here, but the blue support is the one that is holding the bullish wave at the moment. That's holding it up, and the initial target is the red bottom, and I believe it's going to get there. And if it doesn't hold, or if it becomes a bear flag, so if we see a bounce and then break to the downside, that would be the bear flag of this pole. So that would look like a flag, and the pole is here, so there would be more downside. The initial target would be the green bottom band, and ideally, depending on how fast it gets there, that here there is a very tempting double major support if it gets there. Yeah, and that's 5,500-ish. And DAX, this is why we went short on Friday. The red broken support got back tested, and that was as accurate as it gets. This is the back test, and then the break of the green bear flag, which was here. We shorted at 12,208, and the stop loss was quite tight, and now we're here. And I think the golden bottom band, the golden internal support rail is the next target. Maybe we see a bounce, and then from there on, I expect more downside, and this would be the double support. Depending on how fast it gets there, maybe we go a little bit like choppy, just like here. It can happen. We would maybe down, but not too fast down, and get to this potential double support. That would be a bull flag within the blue channel, but blue channel is not confirmed yet, so we have to watch and see how it gets there in DAX, and that's the 11,243, and that's also, you can see here, if you look at this triple resistance breakout, that's the back test of it. So it is a high probability that it gets there to back test the broken triple. Let's see, this is the level that broke out in May, and we may get a back test on that area. This was indices. Now commodities, oil has been bouncing. This is US oil. CL, the red support is still holding. You can see here. Yeah, this is why we went long, but then it came too deep down, and we got stopped with 30 ticks. Even though the red support is holding, I got a bit worried that it would break it. It may still break it, and if it does break it, I think there is more downside. This is a very typical, very good support, which has 1, 2, 3 touches, and the 4th touch, you can see here, very, very accurate touches. And if it does break out eventually, then I believe there is all the more reason to go short. I think the golden support would break, and the green as well, if this red breaks. And 35, 34, that will be the target minimum, and maybe even lower than that. Natgas is now aiming for, so look at this. This is the backtest of this red broken support rail, got back tested, and then from there on, it started a waterfall selling. I believe the minimum target is this golden and green supports. That is the double support if it gets there on time, which is actually on Monday. I don't know if it can get this double support. Tuesday-ish, and that's 1,340. If it does get there very quickly on Tuesday or Wednesday and then bounce, that would make me think that, yeah, we are seeing now a bottom out. That is very possible, because that will be a strong double support on the daily time frame. So this is from 2012, 2016, 15, and 2020. Gold has didn't touch the green top band, but it came very close. The bounce off the red support is exemplary. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. So if gold gets to the green top band, really gets to the top band and then sell off, the red support doesn't stand a chance anymore, and I think it's going to come all the way down to 1,730. That's 1,800. That's 70, easily $70 drop, and this is the spot. So that one was, and gold futures and gold spot really diverged during the COVID crash or COVID times, but now they are getting a little bit more in sync. The green top band on the spot held perfectly. The golden support broke, and the blue support is the one to watch. If it touches the green and then sells off, that would look quite bearish for the short term at least. And silver, the red support had broken down, but now I think it's really, unless it breaks the blue support, which would be looking again very bearish, to target at least the green bottom band or even the golden support, the direction is still up. So this support was broken, the golden support was broken. I think if the green, this is a speculative resistance. If it does reverse, it becomes a real resistance, and then maybe silver will break the blue bottom band and sink further. Euro was a bit puzzling to me, and it still is, to be honest. So it is very choppy, and the reason is there is this upcoming red channel. I think it's, its top band hasn't been confirmed yet, so I'm a little bit skeptical about this. But the way how it all plays out right now, the green and the golden lines are in control. This here is the green and the golden lines, but if the golden line breaks next week, I believe there is more downside for euro, and it may even get all the way to the green bottom band if the blue bottom band breaks. The blue channel is a perfect bull flag, but it's a potential bull flag until it breaks to the upside. If it fails this bull flag to the downside, then I think euro may fall all the way to 106 again. Pound sterling, the blue support was broken, and this was the back test at 125.35. Now it's come back down, and the green bottom band is the minimum target, and that's 122.50. And from there, I expect the bounce to move higher again. If it does bounce, I would go long. If it does bounce, if it doesn't, then there is more downside for cable. And Aussie dollar has broken the blue channel. You can see here the blue channel was broken and back tested a few times. The green support was broken, and now the diagonal red support and the golden supports are holding. So if it does break this double support, then I believe there will be a back test on this long-term broken green resistance. That is just around 66, I think. And Kiwi also stalled after the break of the, after the break of the green broken. So this was what, oh my God, what's happening? Yeah, the green bottom band was broken during the COVID crash, the US dollar surge, and now it has broken back up, in the green resistance. It tried really hard and then finally broke to the upside, which we went long there. The diagonal blue support is holding. Let me show this with a better resolution. It stalled after this huge surge, but I don't think it's going to turn very, very negative and break this green support again. It's just that if it does come for a back test, I would be a buyer again. So right now, the golden one we can completely ignore, because I don't think there is. I mean, maybe it's a sideways channel, the two touch on the top and two touches on the bottom. Yeah, I think we can keep it for now. The red support rail, I believe, and the diagonal blue support are the key here. And as long as they hold, I think Kiwi has more upside. Eventually, it's going to break to 67, 68. And long term, I'm aiming for 75, 80-ish. Yes. So this is what I have for you this weekend, guys. Have a good rest of the weekend and keep in touch. Bye.